Hey guys, if you're liking these videos, give them a like, thumbs up or whatever, and subscribe if you want to see more. I put out videos on gardening and recipes and motherhood and just kind of what we do around the yard here. My garden is starting to look so green and it's making fruits and vegetables, and I'm so excited to start eating more of what I'm growing myself. I've added a lot of trellises this year so my squash and everything can climb, and it is so worth it. Such a game changer. This is chamomile. I heard it's pretty robust, so I'm hoping to make some tea and to make some eucalyptus oil. I definitely planted way too many peas for the amount of trellis that I have, and I keep telling myself I'm going to get more trellis, but I've already bought a bunch of trellises this year. I feel like I can't justify just constantly buying trellis, so I'm going to see if I can rig something up. And this did not really end up working. It sort of did. They're standing up more, I guess, but I just planted too many peas. I think I've been going through, like, I guess a depression or something with my hormones or postpartum or whatever. It's coming to the end of my maternity leave, and I don't know, I guess I'm feeling a lot of happiness because I've got to spend the year with my girl and it's amazing, but I guess also sadness because my year is almost over. Alright, we're going to keep this sweet and short so we don't have much time. So, I went on this whole talk earlier about how Sierra spent her first night in the crib last night, and it went well. After about 10 minutes of like crying and fussing a little bit, it went really well. But, okay, so, back up here. When I first had her, I planned to have her in the bassinet, nurse her back to sleep, put her back in the bassinet. After she outgrows the bassinet, move her to the crib. That lasted about 2 months, and then I almost dropped her when I fell asleep because I was so exhausted and sleep deprived, basically. I apologize for my hair. The reason I'm re-recording this in the first place is because outside it was really windy, so I don't think you could actually hear me, and I was wearing my sunglasses because it was so bright out, and I don't really think talking to a screen with sunglasses is like cool. I don't know, it seemed kind of impersonal. Anyways, so that was the original plan. Keep her in the bassinet, move her to the crib. It wouldn't have been a big deal. I started falling asleep. I was so tired. Even with me having time off during the year, I was still way too tired, and like I can't guarantee that I'll be able to take naps during the day, so that was not going to work. Anyways, so around Christmas time, she was about 2 months old, just over 2 months old. We switched to starting out in the bassinet. I'd nurse her to sleep. She'd go to sleep between 7 to 9:30. I don't really have a strict bedtime for her. Yeah, she'd go to sleep between 7 and 9:30, sometimes 10 o'clock. Sleep until anywhere between 12 and 3 or 4 or 5. It really varies every night depending on, I don't know, depending on everything, I guess. She would wake up. That first time, I would just bring her into the bed with us, and she'd spend the rest of the night in bed with us. That wasn't such a big deal. It was fine. It worked for a little while. We're in July now, so it's worked for a while. Now she's getting bigger, and it takes a bit more for her to fall asleep. She does a little bit more rustling around, moving around to try and fall asleep, which is okay, except my husband needs to work during the day, and I need to be alert during the day so I can take care of her. So we were both having huge issues being able to sleep with her. I'll go back. Some nights when she doesn't fall asleep between 9:30 and 10, and I'm really tired and I just want to go to bed, she comes to bed with us and she just spends the whole night in the bed, which was fine until we started running into this issue of her moving around more. She's a lighter sleeper now, so she wakes up easier and she just moves around a lot more. And I mean, when she's this tiny little thing, her movements are fine, but now that she's like a 9-month-old, like her kicking and punching me in the night actually, like I can feel it wakes me up. So last night I put her to sleep in the bassinet and she woke up 5 minutes later. So I put her back to sleep and she woke up again. And I think we did that 2 or 3 times more until eventually I was like, okay, whatever. She's coming to bed with us. I'm tired. Let's just go to bed. I went to bed and she would not hold still. I could tell that she was kind of trying to put herself to sleep, but I couldn't fall asleep. And I don't know, I feel guilty and I felt like a failure. I couldn't fall asleep for a while after I put her in the crib. And she was fine. Like 10 minutes of like crying, she wasn't even like crying. And she fell asleep. And she slept until like 4:30. And I'm pretty sure the only reason she woke up at 4:30 is because I was paranoid, so I went in and checked on her because I was afraid, I don't know, someone kidnapped her or something. Like, why is she being so quiet and sleeping through the night? And her first night, like her first night in a crib, why is she being so good? Like, sometimes she just like surprises me because she's such an amazing baby. Like, I mean, obviously babies cry and they get upset, but she's just so content and happy, and that almost makes me feel even more guilty when I can't be patient enough to see her through. I don't know, I guess it's not even impatience. Why is motherhood so confusing and difficult to do? Struggling. I'm not struggling. Everything's so perfect. Like, the weather is beautiful outside, I'm healthy, my baby's healthy, and she's gorgeous, and she's perfect. And I have no reason to be unhappy or displeased with anything or impatient with anything. But I still have that mom guilt. Like, the guilt of like not having her in a bed last night. I don't know. I mean, maybe part of me is like sad that she was so far away. It felt like she was worlds away last night, even though she was, I mean, we have a pretty small house, probably like 20 steps away from me. So really not that far. I could hear her. I didn't even need a baby monitor because I can hear her making noise in her room. I don't know why I've missed her so much. Like, I couldn't sleep for a while because I missed her, and all I wanted to do was bring her back to the bed. But I knew that that can't last forever, and we can't always do that. And she's ready to go into her crib because she slept in it all night. And she takes her naps in it during the day, so she's ready for her crib. And she's crawling out of her bassinet. Like, she's able to pull herself up onto her bassinet. And I don't want her standing in it, obviously. I'm struggling with the changes and the growing that she's doing because she's doing so well and she's ready to change and grow, and I miss my little newborn. Anyways, that was depressing. Long story short, I wanted to share that she spent the first night in the crib successfully. She did excellent, and another thing, we are going camping in August, halfway through August. I'm super pumped. First camping family trip. We used to go camping. I mean, I went camping as a kid all the time. And then me and my husband used to go camping a lot. Haven't gone anywhere. We have not spent a night out of this house since we had my daughter. So I am super pumped. I'm kind of a little bit nervous to see how she reacts to sleeping in a different environment, like outside. But I don't know, I think it's gonna be fun, so I will post, I don't know, like what I pack with my 9-month-old camping with a 9-month-old or whatever. That's what's coming down the line. So I'm not really sure what this video is gonna be about, or how long it's gonna be, or when I'm gonna post it, or if I'm gonna post it. But if you guys did enjoy, give her a like, subscribe if you want, that would help the channel a lot. Yeah. I don't really know. If you're interested, keep watching. Thanks. Bye.